Alright. We're gonna check if we are coming through on air. Alright, make sure this audio is coming through. It is. Alright. Awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to first ever inaugural proper season of Gem Gaming. I am your commentator, OW2, supporter Snake, a man of a million names. And today we are getting this started off. Both teams said they're ready, so we're gonna get jumping right in on it. And we are going into Lijiang. So we have Bobert in blue, Heroes for Hire in red. So left is Bobert, right is Heroes for Hire. Game's getting started up. So we are in, we are ready to go. There we go. Everybody's getting in, so I gotta be double shifting today. I'm working as a cameraman and as the commentator, so forgive me if I get smacked up on my words. Now on the blue side of things, we have Bobert running the Orisa, and on the other side we have a Rhine. So it's a very two different philosophies here going in. We have the Echo for one, we have May for the other, Junkrat, and then a Sojourn, excuse me, I'm slipping up on the word. It's been a minute since I've done casting. We got our first fight and our first blood. Mister's gonna go down to Fire Flame. We're gonna get a brawl on point here. Aristo's just Fire Flame getting two, Bupio with a pick of his own, and that's gonna be 3 down, 4. And everybody's gonna have to reset for the side of HFH. First blood and first point goes to Bobert. Excuse me, it's gonna take me a minute to warm up here. It might take a map or two for me to get into the flow of it. Alright, let's see. They got a Moira. More brawl here. They're gonna come off on the left side. Got a fight on that shield's already heavily broken. Tracer poking in. You got a pick though. Mister is gonna get first blood the other way this time. Hugh Janus is going to go down. I'm not gonna say the name that they want me to say. Bupio's gonna get charged and killed. We got 3 on point for this side of Bobert. Candace will fall. Fire Flame will be sure to follow. And PJ will also die in a moment here. Now before getting a couple extra percentages. Oh! And Hugh gets back on and actually is going to stall out a little bit more. Gets the 52%. And finally, it's going to flip back the other way. And so far, so good for the side of Bobert, getting about half of the percentages, but also HFH getting a little bit of their own percentage. We have fight on point here. Hugh's trying to poke off to the side angle. Orisa already asserting herself onto the point. PJ getting right into the front of it. Coalescence is going to be committed. Fire Flame goes down, but Mister gets booped to death. And we have a dupe onto the Reinhardt, but the Shatter comes out. Orisa's the only one that gets caught. Another Shatter comes out, this time for the Echo, and no deaths on. Ryan's charging through the fray, nothing doing, but Bupio and PJ will fall. He will die now, and now we're about even up, and HFH will take the advantage in percentage. Ult economy, though, is looking very, very, very tasty for this side of Bobert. Let's see if they can get anything going here. I'll try to get some first-person shots for you guys. I'm just more or less trying to get the brunt of the fight on screen. And not a very good window, but he's making do with what he's got. Bob's going to be put on point. And the spin, the wind's going in. Both supports go down. Hugh will fall. Bob goes down. But that should be a cleanup for Bobert. Of course, Bobert had to get Bob in there somehow. And they're down to one ultimate, 85% though for HFH. Overclock online. Cannon's been holding this one for a hot minute. See if we can get anything going with it. And they're coming off to the side angle yet again. HFH, 70% now and ticking upwards. The next closest ult's going to be this pulse bomb coming in from the Tracer. Let's see if anything of value comes on here. Halfway, that Orisa's taking way too much damage. She goes low. And the Immort comes out. It's down, though. Hugh gets down. Overclock is put on in defense. Now they're more just riding it away. They know it's about final fight territory here. HFH is going to need to get some big, big picks here now that they've rode the Overclock away. We got a big skirmish on point. No one even really seeming to die here. A Coalescence online getting pushed through. There goes the Orisa. PJ is down. Immort is on point. That will be taken off. There goes Bap, and Hugh will fall and shoot Candace right after. Bupio, only one on. He will fall. It's going to be a final skirmish here. We're going to see if we can get touches on for the side of Bobert. They're switching over to the quick characters, except for they don't change out the Orisa. Will anyone be able to touch? Candace should be the only one to touch, and he will. If Fireflame gets picked, effective immediately. Shatter comes on, doesn't hit anybody of value, as the Orisa was gold. And that's going to be a pick to go into the favor of HF, of Bobber, but HFH is going to get two back of their own. And now it's more of who can win this skirmish. Right now, it's 3-2 now for the side of HFH, but now it's going to be 3-on-3, getting a support back in their Moira. Fireflame's going to get the Lucio, and a Tire's coming on point. Will it get anybody? Fireflame's going to go. Hugh's going to go. PJ back on the Doom, but Ryan falls. Lucio and the Tracer for the other side. It's an absolute mess. HFH is finally falling down, though. Bobber finally getting the cleanup kills that they need. They're going to need to count point and let the overtime ticker go away. Pneumatics gets dropped. Lucio will soon fall in suit from the seismic. And they get it, but the ball will get on and then immediately get booped off.
Score.
And that's going to be a score of 1-2-0 on to this side of Bobert. Excuse me, I can't word today. I apologize. Someone get rid of that comment. That would be nice. Right? Thank you.
5, 4,
Alright.
3, 2, 1. Round 2.
Alright, now on to the other side. We are on Lijiang. I think this is it's going to be a close one. We got both Sims coming out on the sides. Mr. falls very, very, very low. He finally will get cleaned up. Liv Moss will drop Fireflame now. And Knights, I don't know how to say that name. And who will finally drop. Candace goes down in suit. Kidwell Doug also falls. Who the heck is in charge of point here? No one. Not a human. Not a person. We got a Narissa dueling an Ashe, and the Ashe finally dies. And finally, looks like Bobert will finally get control of point. Interesting turn of events there. I don't know what the heck to call that.
Your end is within my reach.
Okay, they come charging in from White Room. Doug finally giving up, and he's gonna mirror the Orisa, but Mister's gonna go down to a skill orb. Falling into the back. We got a Brig now. Very, very brawly, but the Brig's gonna fall fairly quickly. As when you don't have a shield, you're quite useless as a Brig. Kidwell and Liv Moss will fall, and that's gonna be a cleanup there for the side of Bobert. Candace gets cleaned up though. We're picked instantaneously by Pneumatics with a Dynamite, and that's gonna balance the into their, you know, tip the scales into their advantage. But they gotta get quick because he's already out of spawn. He's already coming back, and just like that, it's gonna be a 5v5 again right now, and they're coming in from White Room. Don't know if you guys know what the definition of insanity is, but it's what's happening right now. HFH, they're trying to get something going. Don't get any kills, but they get a lot of characters low. And Kid gets cleaned up, but so does Knight. Liv Moss again. Q just going absolutely rampant on the Symmetra here on second point. 85% and ticking upwards for the sides. And Candace again with an early pick. They're going to have to take advantage of that. 10 ticks and a dream. But Hugh's going to use his giant-ass photon barrier. Fire Flame's going to get cleaned up, though. And I don't know what Doug was trying to do there, but did not work in his favor. And the battle of Hugh turrets, absolutely. Just trashing right there. Hugh's turrets just got like 4 valuable picks, and it's a cleanup. And just like that, Bobert will take first. First match. I am so sluggish today, I apologize.
Play of the game. There is pride before the fall.
Alright, let's see here. Our next point, sorry if you hear the clicking of my mouse. Alright, we go to Junkertown. That was the wrong button. Let's see, Junkertown. Oh, it has been a minute since I have done anything on Overwatch. Just got my first, just played my first match with my team only like a week ago. So, well, first one coming back took a big old break. You know, we all need to do that, and also forgot to put them on blue only. That's my bad. Let's see here. Let's ask for. Alright, let's see. Everybody is looking good. And just as we all know, ladies and gentlemen, it is a first to 3. Right now, 1-0 on to the side of Bobert, which is your blue team currently. They will swap colors at the beginning of next round when we go to Blizzard World. Alright, we got ready from both sides.
Welcome to Jungle.
Doesn't know where the heck that does that. There we go.
Initiating match.
Let's see who's doing what. Got Ruin in for pneumatics, I believe it was, on the DPS role. And we have the same lineup for Bobert.
Ready for battle.
Very close first map. Second map starts to pull away a little bit for the side of Bobert. But I would not count HFH for anything at this moment. So let's see how it goes. We have a Kuriko Mercy for the side of Bobert, and we have the Bat Mercy for the side of... I am just farting on words today. I'm so sorry. For the side of HFH. Let's see. We have the Orisa. They're finally just going to commit to the tank. So they're going like they did for the Rhine. Weird turret placement, but hey, do you, King. Alright, they've already spotted each other. This is a very long flank. We're going to follow the Orisa here. Not before we watch this skirmish in this peculiar area. No one's getting picked so far, however, Candace falls very low. Already, now HFH is going to push the cart. Turret is on, mini pirate ship ensues, and now it has been very short-lived. Ash gets hit big. Hugh and Mr. will trade out, but Mr. will be rezzed, as is Hugh. I don't even know how he got that off, but that was a remarkable play by Liv Moss. Right there. Hugh gets picked. Little headshot there from Knight. Bupio gets cleaned up, and finally into HFH will finally be getting these non-existent wheels on this payload rolling. Fire Flame gets cleaned up by a little bit of fire, as does Candace with the dynamite. And just like that, first point should be going into the side of Heroes for Hire. A little poke, and the May switch from Hugh comes through. And just like that, 5 minutes, and already through first point. Interesting voice line there from Junker Queen. And just like that, the mini Bastion is dead. And Mr. will follow in suit, but the res will come in through. And just like that, Mr. goes right back to the spawn room. Not doing a very good job at staying up right now. Candace on the flank of his life. Now we're going to get a little skirmish on point. The Ramatra coming out. Candace gets to clean up onto the turret yet again. But Candace will be killed by a Mercy melee. That happens. Now on point, Immort comes out and will be cleaned up immediately. The fight's on. The Ramatra's going to get the cleanup. And Punchy Punchy Boy is going to get to work, and he's going to get a clean up onto a couple targets. Let's see if he can get any more. He gets the Mercy, and then with the assistance of Hugh, will also get the Torb. And now this Ash putting himself in a very, very questionable position. My friend, back out. It's just not worth it. And all 5 ultimates for the side of the defense, Bobert, and 3 ultimates online for the side. Yikes! That is unfortunate. Well, now they're fighting in the small room. Very interesting. Ramatra gets cleaned up there, but now they're separated from their support, who should get picked, which he does. Okay, I was getting scared there for you guys. But what this fight is bogged down to a freak show. I don't know what's going on. Fireflame gets hit with the weirdest. Mercy gets killed. What is going on? But now they need to move Cart, which is rolled back out after all this time. I could not tell you what happened there. Alright, we got a Kitsune Rush thrown onto point. Ramatra pulls out the muscles, but a Bob's on point. Zen will fall. Ash just sending it. Doug gets cleaned up, but Candace and Bupio will fall. Ruin gets cleaned up by Fireflame, who is now over on the Zen. Or he's been on the Zen. Excuse me, it is not it for me. Liv Moss will fall. Now it's just Ash in the open. Mister will get away. And now the Arisa Ramatra brawl ensues. Again. Oh, he's going for it. Oh, you best believe Doug's going for it. But he's got his little partner down there, Doug. Oh! But he actually gets... Nothing was taken off. We're watching this tank fight, and it's probably going to go to Ramatra because he's just not going to die to anything. Tell me how you really feel. And 60 seconds now. That 5-minute time bank whittled all the way down to 60, and not even just before halfway, I want to say. On the... No, Candace gets cleaned up, though. This could be a big turning point, but Fireflame's gonna get 3! Oh my god! 4! PJ's gonna steal the ace, but Fireflame just set fire to the flame. Golly, that is a big 4K right there. Cleaned up in a room, no ults used. We have a Transcendence on the side of HFH. They will have a Bob as well. There will be a Nano for the side of Bobert, and possibly a Bob. Ice Wall, it's a wall, it's working. And a big brawl is going to ensue on point. The Ramatra Mirror. Both Bobs gonna do something, but there is a Transcendence on. An amped Ramatra sitting on half HP and almost has his ult. He will survive. And now he's going to contest it. And now he's going to use it. This is one of the best times to use a Ram ult. But he forgets the block. And that's going to be 3 for the side. 4 for the side of HFH. But 2 back the other way for Bobert. Bobert still has a couple people nearby. One being the Ash. The Ash duel will ensue on the top area. Moira's pushing the point. That would be Liv Moss at the bottom. PJ waiting for his time to stall on the Doomfist again. Charging in. Now Ramatra. He's going to brawl it on, but he's discorded. And he's burning. But now he's going to make sure people suffer as he has, and that's going to be a cleanup to go down for the side. Ash still uncontested on the height. Kariko gets a pick on to the Zen. Bupio, the only one even contesting point right now. I think the Ramatra is very confused. I don't think he knew what was happening. I'm going to be honest with you guys. But all the same as they get through. 90 or 80 seconds and under now. He will fall very, very quickly here. Getting picked by Mister. Who the DPS have already moved up for the side of HFH. Gonna get Fireflame right there. And Ash will fall, but Bob, you know, gonna play keep away, making him back up. Candace gonna clean up the turret. And they're gonna reach this first circle around second point here. Or third point, excuse me. Gonna get around the first bend. Candace on a height, orbed up. Gonna clean up the turret again. Night and live and live. Live or live? Oh, it's gonna be Live Moss. We're gonna keep calling Live Moss. I don't know why I'm questioning it now. But there's gonna be cleanups now onto the side of Bobert. And HFH will have to reset with only 20 seconds to go. Torb has to stay up, but he's gonna get cleaned up real quick here by Candace. And under, just reaching 10 ticks now. 9, 8, Ramatra is going to have the one to touch, or the Moira, who will touch. Moira does get on. The Transcendence. Bob will do something and get on point. Bupio gets 2 picks. We got a spinning Orisa who gets Mr. coming off of that high ground. Liv Moss will fall. Ruin will drop. And just like that, the overtime ticker will finally reach its final stop, and we will get into our second round of play. HFH 2.5. Get it? About 2 and about halfway through. I want to say third point here. And they have 4 minutes to hold first point. But if they get by that, the team will go crazy. Apologies. Just looking at comments as we go here. Let's keep the audience engaged, you know. My voice isn't always going to work it. Sometimes you gotta chat with people. So far, so good. Also, I noticed I didn't give a prediction at the beginning. To be quite frankly, I don't know. Don't know. Every team, I'd say, is the capabilities and the manpower to the man and woman power to win in this league. So definitely it could swing one way for a moment and go back to the next one. Right now, big win condition now for the side of Bobert here to get it done in 3. Now they're gonna have to get it done. And it's gonna start with their attack right here. They're gonna run the Bastion Widow and to the side that's running the Ash Torb as they did on attack. Very interesting angles. Now Bastion's gonna get a free range. A lot of damage, a lot of low HP bars for the side of HFH. Gonna be a cleanup onto the side. Oh, no one gets picked. Wow. Surely someone should have dropped there, and as I say that, Mr. will fall. Back themselves into a corner quite literally. They finally get around, and they're gonna have to give it some space here. And now Bastion is bloodthirsty as any Bastion could be. PJ's gonna get to the cleanup onto the Lucio. And spinning around is the Orisa. Doug. He finally gets dropped. Just like that, that should be a first point take. Candace getting whittled down by that turret. Finally gets healed up. So weird fight going on in the back line there. And just like that, point 1 is down 5-10 and ticking for Bobert. A big hit. Alright. Got PJ asserting the front line. Oh, gonna use the ult. How many does he get? He gets 2. And he gets a turret and a widow. See if anything of value. Mr. will get rezzed up. Bastion as bloodthirsty as you could always be. Is punching away at the health bars. Mr. will fall very quickly, as will Q. Doug falls. Oh, gotta keep the team up somehow. Liv will get cleaned up, a Ruin will fall, and just like that, another 90 seconds will be at it. 5.5 to get halfway through third.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
I am accompanying the payload.
Let's see what Candace does here on the Widow. Bastion trying to bait it out. Gets body shotted, but does not die. Oh, Doug gets cleaned up there. He will get regged quick, however. Molten Core used on that whole bottom area. Now they just don't get a Mega for a couple seconds. And a Kitsune Rush used on point, and this should keep it relatively clear for the time being. Someone's got to get on. Doug and Mister will fall quickly. The turret goes down in suit. Ruin and Knight will fall, and just like that, 3-2. Bobert already on match point, 2-0. And we're going into Blizzard World.
Play of the game.
Okay, so far, it's looking really commanding. That first round on Legion, it's a little close. Then we get into this one. Heroes Fire seems to get it down a little bit, and just like that, it starts to kind of roll back into the favor of Bobert there. And just like that, Snowman will be coming in for Hugh. Switch it over to right now. Sides have swapped, so colors have swapped. Alright, just getting the final swaps for all sides involved. Let's get the map over to Hybrid. Excuse me. I gotta flop specs.
Welcome to Blizzard World.
Alright, now sides have flipped. Colors have flipped. Bobert is your red side now.
Initiating match.
And Hero Sport Higher is your blue side.
Ready for battle.
I hope to trust me.
Just one more mission.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers.
And our
Defend objective.
our start will begin. Got a fight. Now they're gonna take high ground and they're gonna rotate immediately behind. Oh, and slept immediately by Doug. Snowman's gonna get cleaned up. Snowman dies and then rezzed and got killed again. PJ will fall in suit.
Your end is within my reach.
Candace will get cleaned up. They're well behind. Pneumatics gets to clean up there to Fire Flame. Just like that, about a minute and a half will be taken off before the next fight will even begin. Karito will get away, so Bupio will live to fight another day. And Junkrat immediately is going to lose half of his HP. But he's gonna get cleaned back up, you know. Alright, they're gonna take top left again. And just like that, they're going to challenge the high ground. At least the Sim's gonna set up on the high ground. Get a little defense set up. And they're gonna TP on. And immediately they're gonna fall very low. Questionable decision to take that TP. Mr. will fall. Bupio will fall. Knight and Pneumatics. Bupio's gonna get res back up. So the pick is nullified here. Everything popping up for the side of Bobert. But they get a pick with Boulder. But Liv Moss gets cleaned up. Finally. Just like that.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
Alright, and point will be moving. Right. TP's put up on top left, immediately cleaned up by the Candace Rat. Sig already contesting the front line here. HF Ace just trying to get some footing. Bupio gonna get cleaned up by the skill orb. Candace falls. to the Sig. The skill arm is going to take its second life. 4 go down. And just like that, HFH will stabilize here. Oh, someone used teleport. Alright. Feels like right here, it's feeling a lot better. HFH feels a lot more competitive. Snowman's gonna get cleaned up effective immediately. Doesn't even get an inkling around that corner. Just gets cleaned up instantaneously. Candace gets cleaned up. And that was a skill orb kill on point again. Just like that. Only 2 minutes now. 120 ticks. And just falling under that now. It's just gonna continue to go down. And a spin and no kill and an anti onto the Orisa. Orisa falling way under half HP. The Sojourn now out for Candace. Coming out. Bupio and Snowman fall very quickly. Ana caught up in the flux. They're cleaned up. And just like that, it's just a lone Orisa. And just like that. Oh, wait. Candace does get a pick, but he's going to have to back up. Very late ult usage. I'm not sure if they know how many people are left. And just like that, though, Candace will get cleaned up. It's a very late stagger. They switch over to Winston now, which might be a little bit better. You can close the gap a little more. You have a shield. Not one of the best shields. So we're going to have to see how this fight goes. Now, Winston's going to immediately take the high ground. He's going to challenge Mister, who falls very low, but gets nanoed. Nanotorb coming in. 2 people were anti-ed. Bupio is going to get cleaned up. Just like that, they're going to have to back out. Or die quick here. And just like that, though, 3 go down. 20 seconds, Candace will be the closest person to touch. Candace or Fire Flame, but Candace will have the movement ability with Sojourn with her Power Slide. He's got a charged up Railgun with his Lucio. He's going to pop the overclock. See if anybody can touch. Monkey will touch. And just like that, we're headed into overtime. No turret for the side of HFH. And just like that. And a freeze used on point. Ana's gonna get cleaned up, but Fire Flame's gonna die. Both main sources of healing are down, PJ and Snow, but Mister will fall. The back and forth fight, but Candace will get cleaned up. And just like that, only Bupio remains. And the overtime wick will click away. 1 point for the side of Bobert. And just like that, HFH has a win condition. Very, very big statement for the side of HFH to come back here. And they got to make a run of it now. They're very much still in this, so because if anything now, you gotta go the 5. You get Circuit, and then for the tiebreaker, it's New Queen Street. So big opportunity for the side of HFH to get back in it. So far, it's looking good though.
Attackers incoming. Defend
See, very interesting angle here. The back up immediately below, but HFH got a good chance to get in here. TP immediately deleted though. Good start for the side of Bobert. Gonna get some extra health. We're gonna hold top here. Ana alone on the left. See, the team's gonna rotate towards the Ana. The Ana's gonna get caught out here. This is not good. They gotta get there quick, which they do. Ana lives the fight another day. That junk gets way overzealous, but the Torb and the Mercy will fall. PJ's gonna get rocked, and she should be getting cleaned up, which she does. Lucio takes a nap. Candace cleans him up. And he is the only living member, and he will fall very, very quickly. Now, HFH. Big opportunity here to get back into this one. They're going to get their first point about halfway through. Second point here. And just like that, they'll be back in this. TP. Pneumatics coming back from spawn. 450. Alright, Bobert sitting up on height with the very interesting angle, but Fire Flame's gonna get picked. Took her jump a little too far, and just like that, they get cleaned up instantaneously here. So far, so good for the side. Oh, TP. Junk Tire coming in. It's going to get cleaned up by Snowman. Good awareness there. And Lucio gets a rock point blank to the face, and that's going to clean him up. Take him back to the spawn room. Snowman's going to get cleaned up. Mister's going to get slept up onto point, but he's got a coalesce. It's keeping him nice and healthy. Fire Flame's going to fall. Only the Sig remaining on point. He's going to need to get cleaned up. Very little HP. Candace is going to get a pick. Bupio's going to fall. He's the only one left with the overclock. He can't do much on his own, and just like that, HFH will get a map back. 2-1. Bobert. Very, very, very solid showing from the side of HFH. Breathing a little bit of life back into it. We go to our next escort map here, which is going to be Circuit. Not much of Circuit has been played in Gem, so we're just going to have to see how it goes. We're going to check any swaps from either side, and we will be right back into this. Really, really good match from these guys so far. But it's... Bobert still has a chance. They just need one more map win. They can put this away. Alright, we're going into it. Typically here, you do see a lot of SIG play, traditionally, however. We are a very unique league as we tend to, spice up the meta, especially because we're console. Oh, you best believe the most confusing things are going to happen. Score is 2-1 in favor of Bobert, who is red currently.
Ready for battle.
You see the Bastion for the side of HFH.
Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers incoming.
They give him some space here, and they're gonna actually
Stop the payload.
cover this first area, and then we're gonna watch. Candace already raining hellfire onto. Oh, Mister's gonna get hit with a big old boulder. Candace on the Farah, and Pneumatic's gonna get cleaned up. The boot gonna put the supports out of the line of defense for the moment here. Snowman's gonna get cleaned up by Ruin. Mercy in an odd spot again, but Knight's gonna get cleaned up. Snowman will be rezzed, but just like that, with the res comes a life for a trade. Bear will go down. Bastion now just conserving space for his Diva. Bastion gonna get cleaned up by the Kariko now. And Diva's gonna have to back out here. And another boulder going in. Let's see how they react. The Farah is back into the field of play. Ash already poking at her. No really damage coming in from either side. They're gonna pay attention here. Point is slowly moving in. Bap is the only one contesting, and he's staying up only by a thread. Mister now back onto the Reaper. Gonna have to get tested, but he's gonna back out. They're gonna elect to back out, and they're gonna have to just retake the fight here. But they're going to be down one, but it's a 4-on-4. Mercy was very close to committing the most interesting play ever. It's okay. I'm getting used to the new Mercy mechanics too, and Pneumatics gets cleaned up instantaneously there, just getting caught well out of position. Mister now gonna one-man army this and immediately back out. Recognizing the error of his ways, now he's gonna play more of an angle here. But he's left all alone, and he's got nothing to do, and a Helix to the feet will do it. And now just like that, Bobert will be pushing their way forward. Candace will fall back for heals. Liv Moss gets cleaned up. 2, we're gonna get hit into the ult. A window out in self-defense, even though it's just past his way. And a Diva ult on the point will hit absolutely no one. Knight gets cleaned up, but Candace in response will fall. He's getting rezzed up, but his Mercy will die for his sins. And Rune will come out of the mech there. And we got a bit of a skirmish on point. Ruin will finally get cleaned up. Pneumatic's kind of just sitting there on his lonesome. Mister gets a cleanup onto Candace, Knight does. Snowman cleans up Pneumatics, as does he clean up Mister. Just one person on, that be the Moira. Sitting at some healthy HP, just taking the time away, actually. It's a couple extra seconds off. That can mean something. 440, however. Getting in a third point for the side of Bobert. Now Farah. Up and around. Barrage gets one. Won't get much. Will get out. Very, very interesting play. And now a Visor comes out. Immediately cleans up one. Snowman is cleaned up. That is two. You know, interesting place to put it, but it gets great value. You get two, and now you dictate the pace now. Defense, however, has no ults outside of it. Bobert with the Visor of their own, Kitsune Rush, Valk, and a Flux. And then Moss will fall. Now, Soldier using the Visor off the high ground pushes into a team, into a Immort, and gets absolutely deleted for it. Now we got a Battle Mercy. Fireflame getting two of his own.
You cannot escape me.
Just like that. Final stretch here. 306. The Flux comes out. It gets a Bastion. That's about it. And the Bastion gets well supported for. Great peeling. Candace from the top rope. Gets a Mister. Gets a cleanup. However, still very healthy and on the point is Ruin. A Flux of his own. He's got three with the res going on, but nothing doing. Pneumatics gets three with the help of Ruin, who gets the other two. And just like that, going in suit would be that wasted Bastion ult. He got excited. Just like that. Cleaned up. Oh, no. PJ holding the front line. Pneumatics is going to suffer for the face tanking Bastion he is. Gonna push him back. Mister getting cleaned up. Or cleaning up Candace on the high ground with his Mercy. And his Visor is gonna come out. He's running into a Sig Shield, but he is gonna get Fire Flame. He's gonna get a clean up on the side. Both Sigs using the Big Suck. And just like that, just kind of a poking party here from both sides. Excuse the voice crack, I heard it. 135 now and ticking down for the side of Bobert. Good stand for HFH here. See, Pneumatics kind of playing in opposition, gets punished for it as you should. The Flux is going to get two, but everyone's going to come out unscathed. Mister on the high ground, very uncontested for the time being. The Visor's going to come out. They're going to have to play this safe, but Mister will get cleaned up by the Battle Mercy. Oh boy, that's been the funnest part of my day. Mister will get cleaned up by the Battle Mercy in the back line. Both sides still very healthy here. However, a Soldier gets put in the ult. He falls very low. He will get cleaned up by Pneumatics. And now a Res gets on. The Moss and Snowman will both be rested for their sides. No Reses remaining in this fight. You won't get one until about 2 seconds left in the round. This is the final fight here, only an overclock for the side of Bobert, and here it comes. Candace needs to get all the value. They just have to kite it. That's all HFH is going to have to do here, is kite it. No one goes down. Sig's going to fall. PJ falls. The res will come up in about 3 seconds here, and Mercy's going to go for it. Fire Flame's going to get the res and will get out. Sig is back on, and he is healthy, and he has the Flux. He's going to get 3. Here's the opportunity now. And nobody's going to fall. However, there is a double Coal kill with a rock, but there's a Candace in the back line, and he watched his team just fall. And just like that, the win condition is set. HFH has a chance.
OW2. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Very, very entertaining. Big stress. Knight is absolutely correct. Absolute. But these teams are finally getting into place here. Both. It took a minute. HFH had to wake up. They're looking good. They're looking real good. The win condition is set for HFH. They're gonna have to get it up and get it down. Mister immediately cleaned up by Candace. Maddox on the off gets cleaned up. Liv Moss will fall. Candace with a 3-piece quality picks there. And this first fight's going to be just cropped up to a Bobert win. Green gets picked very early there, or very late there, so that's going to be a big stagger. We're going to lose about... You're going to lose at least 10 seconds. And Pneumatics and Mister are playing with fire here, picking out on the front line, but Snowman is going to pick Knight. He wasn't even out of spawn. That's depressing. Okay, Ruin has switched over to the Diva. And he's fighting a Rhine. He now finally backs up. Mister just kind of by himself. Alright, he has his Mercy now. Alright, finally we're getting some percentage moving on the cart. Candace from the top rope. And a hammer's down. Fire strike, clean up. 2 will go down for the side of HFH. Cass will follow in suit. Knight's got to get out. Ruin gets out. That is good. But just right at the last given moment, falls out of his mech. I don't know what the heck Ruin's doing, but he's got to figure it out quick. Oh. And a barrage with nothing doing. Mister using his ult. Finally going to make some space for his fellow comrades. And 2 will fall. Ryan kind of just sitting out there by himself. Fire Flame with the one of the more ballsy ults. Ruin will get cleaned up before he gets back into his mech. And just like that, they respond with 2 ults of their own. Pneumatics gets cleaned up. And PJ just making the space. We'll roll back here. And Mister kind of on his own. He's got to back up real quick. They gotta get a team push here. A big shatter. It's not gonna get really much follow up. So Ruin's got to take advantage of that and know that his opposing Ryan is out of shatter. He's not really paying attention to him, and he just gets picked. Turret cleans him up. There's a Ryan in the back line, and there's no one really doing much about it. Bob's going to try to do something. And he's on against Bobert. trying to get some percentage here for HFH. Ryan is back for the side of HFH. And now 13 seconds and ticking away. Something's got to give. Mister gets picked. 4v5 in the favor of Bobert. And now the Ryan duel really begins. Knight gets cleaned up. PJ gets the pick. The Battle Mercy's coming into play. Candace with the cleanup onto Ruin. Liv Moss will fall. And just like that, as Mister gives a last attempt to get on, Bobert will run away with this 3-1 victory. And our opening week of play, what a astounding performance from both sides. Don't sleep on HFH. Definitely picked it up there in that second half. Played very, very well. Incredible first game. 3-1 again in the favor of Bobert. And ladies and gentlemen, now is our time to give our MVPs. We will give our consolation MVP now to the losing side, HFH. Who looked really, really good for the side of HFH. I'm gonna have to give it to Liv Moss. Played very, very good support throughout the entirety of it. I believe they support. I could be completely wrong. But Liv Moss, I saw their name a lot. Got a lot of quality plays. Played tank there on hybrid. They played tank on hybrid and they did very, very well. So Liv Moss will get the HFH MVP. And then for the match MVP, for the side of the winning Bobert, I'm going to give it to Fire Flame. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, it's called support, not healer. For the very reason as Fire Flame showed you. Supports can pop out just as much damage as any other class in this game, and he showed it on the Mercy, showed it on he or she, apologies. Whomever they are, they popped off, alright? Fire Flame got the 4K on the Zen, got a 2-piece on the Mercy Valk, you know, popping off Battle Moth and, you know, Battle Monk right there, playing absolutely out of their mind. So Liv Moss for the side of HFH, Fire Flame for the side of Bobert. We are concluding now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping by. I've been your commentator, the man with 1,000 names, Obanai, Snake, Andor, anything in between that you've known me as before. This has been Gem Gaming, our inaugural season opening game. We'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night.